Joining us for a conversation today is Blair Morgan, General Manager of Procedure Accelerator, and today we're going to talk about operator-driven reliability. Good morning, Blair.
Hi, Peter.
Blair, what changes have you seen in companies' opinions towards governance in the last few years?
I think that companies are increasingly looking at governance as an important process within their organization and something that they really want to track and manage, as opposed to sometimes it seems like a bit of a bother. And so they're looking for solutions that help them to automate it, to make it easier for people to understand who's next in the governance flow, and they're trying to make sure that they have a record of all the different steps that happen throughout the governance process.
Okay, so industry today is a tough time in terms of let's use the example of oil refiners. Margins, there's a lot of challenges facing business today. So what role do you see in terms of renewed focus on asset reliability, and how do you think that's playing out?
Yeah, I mean, companies have always, even though the margins are tighter now, companies have always been looking for solutions that improve productivity and reliability and safety. And so that's really nothing new. There probably is a little bit of an increased focus on that. And I think that getting to the asset level, there's been a lot of discussion in the industry about how if you address things at an asset level, you're getting really to the baseline of the operations. And when you do that, you're going to have a top-line impact on the operational efficiency. So there is an increased vigor at looking at every asset and understanding the impacts that actions that are taken on them, different procedures that are executed on those assets.
So the hot topic these days are Millennials and new workers entering the workforce and aging or the graying of the workforce. What do you see as challenges in terms of capturing the knowledge of the workers leaving? And I guess another question it would be, how do you see the role of standard operating procedures and asset performance with some of the newer workers?
Yeah, there's a couple things there. The Millennials, I think, for us older guys, we really need to understand them, and rather than ignore their needs and their thinking, we need to understand them. In fact, we at Innovatia, we've had training on how to deal with the Millennials and the newer generation that's coming in, and try and understand them, what makes them tick, what motivates them. I think that's important for organizations to do. At the same time, folks, we are in the age of retirement, and there's a lot of people that are poised to retire. Our solution for Procedure Accelerator was designed specifically to combat that issue, and in doing so, we've created a mechanism that not only captures all the workflow that is the best practice for that organization and has the opportunity to blend in best practices from the industry, but we've also developed a tool that allows that experienced worker to trigger exceptions, to trigger feedback through to the organization, and allow that to go through a governance process so that the information that they share through our system becomes the property of the organization. And right now, it's in their heads, and so it's a property of the individual. And all the best practices and knowledge about how to operate a plant really needs to be retained within the organization so they can leverage that for the future.
Good, yeah. So safety is always number one. So what, in the plant today, what are some of the things that owner-operators can do to help improve their safety performance?
There's lots of examples of different organizations and different industries that follow prescribed procedures. And the reason behind them is safety, and in industries like the airline industry, there's no room for error at all. And so there's a clear set of procedures for everything that happens in the airline industry. The other process industries are no exception, and safety is good business. It's good to be safe because you're avoiding lots of potential negative situations. And so the solution that we've developed helps organizations to ensure that the best possible safety procedures, the optimized safety procedures that have been reviewed by all the experts, are embedded in the work practices of the people that are doing the job.
Okay. Just one last question, and this is a really forward-thinking question. What technologies do you see as being really integral in enabling the worker of the future to help deal with procedures and asset performance?
We're working a lot with Semantic Web Technologies. We've sponsored a chair at the University of New Brunswick to really address some of the challenges that come with Semantic Web Technologies, Web 3.0, it's also known as Web 2.0. The ability for a machine to understand and interpret information, understand the relationship between information. There's so much information out there, and control systems, practices and procedures, standards, bodies, and to be able to allow the automated systems to interpret the meaning between the information that exists in those disparate locations and allow them to attach meaning to it and then recommend or offer solutions to the worker. That's really the basis of our research in semantic technologies.
Blair, thanks for joining us today to talk about operator-driven reliability.
Thanks for having me, Peter.
I've been speaking with Blair Morgan about procedure accelerator and operator-driven reliability. Thanks for watching.